Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Méchet. We're still in November, we haven't moved on that much. I'm doing stone picking contracts so we can get our shop project on their way and get more cement bags made and cement bricks. Now we do have some there, I haven't delivered them yet. I'll make sure I have you in for that. I'm not just going to drop them down. We'll get some sort of an indication when we do that as to what we're going to need cement bag and cement brick wise. Anyway, reason I'm bringing you back, I was actually expecting to not bring you back probably until the end of December or January, but I want to let you know what's going on in between rather than having a big gap between episodes. So we're stone picking for that one reason alone, but also one of the other reasons I brought you back in is because when I moved forward into this day, something came up in the second-hand market. I had worked hard to build the money up after the end of the last episode, and I was up around 90,000 or just over it. Done an awful lot of work, and then all of a sudden something comes into the second-hand market. So we went and bought it, and I'm going to just show you what it is. So I'm not bringing you in and then saying, oh, here, look what we bought this. Right. We bought a Fendt forage wagon, holds 50,000 litres. Decent enough. We're going to sell the little Pottinger we have. I did reset it down here so that I'll remember when I come down it's here, because otherwise it'll be sitting in the yard. I just have an awful habit of things like that. I think this is crucial because we're going to be doing a lot of forage work, if you know what I mean. A lot of work with regards, let's get back to work. A lot of work with regards picking up stuff off the field to put in our silage bunker. Oh, by the way, our silage bunker is finally fully fermented, I was going to say. It's fully fermented. So we have that now to put in the TMR mixer. And I've been looking after the animals, of course, refilled all the foods. I haven't done the water yet because they don't seem to use too much water. I actually had a look to see on another map of Méchet how you put down the pastures that they have on the map, and they do actually work. Now I'm more interested in seeing could I put one down that would actually hold milk, but I think if I was going to do milk, I think I'll just put down a cow shed somewhere else close to the farm, buy one of the fields nearby. Anyway, just want to update you on that. I'm not going to keep you in here while I'm doing stone picking again. I will bring you back in from time to time when I'm doing something more significant in the episode. There's not going to be a lot, only contracts because of the time of the year and taking care of the animals, but we will have our sell off soon enough where we'll be getting our big money for our products. When we go into December, a lot of them will come up, and I'll bring you back in for that, and we'll let's see how much money we can get into the bank, and then what can I spend it on? You know me, expansion all the time. Have actually thought about buying one of the other pastures and putting Highland cattle in them, one of the ones down near the train station, but thankfully the forage wagon came up first. So I spent the money on that. Anyway, for now, I'll get back to this work and I'll update you, of course, if there's anything else of significance that I get up to. We're filling up the canola to go and sell it. First of our winter crops were in December. And it is at its highest price. Where is it? It's gone off the list now because I've put it in the trailer, which is handy. So we have to go down to this list. Who's the highest buying point? The cooperative, which is, because that would be the one. Yeah, it's down the bottom. Okay. We're going to start selling the stuff as it comes along. I did say that. What have I done since? A few contracts. Money's gone down when we move forward with the loan and that. This carro we had leased, the blue one, is gone back because one came up in the second-hand market for 17,000, so we bought it. And that'll do all the cultivation contracts now. It's the exact same one. So I didn't reckon it was big enough news to bring it back in, but we are running low on money, but this will ease the burden for a while. Not worth an awful lot, but it's money in the bank when we haven't got any. Well, I suppose from that point of view, we won't complain. 700 meters coming up. I think our quickest way is to go this way. No contracts at all. We've only moved into December, but there's nothing there. That's why it's a good job we have our product to sell off in this month. $400 meters plus. I think, I can't remember what was coming up with 18,000 litres. I can't remember what it was showing. The value, all it was is it was just at its highest price. It wasn't showing up or down. It was bang on exactly what it said the highest price would be, so I think it would probably start dropping if I held on to it longer. So yeah, we're almost there. This is where we seem to sell most of our grain anyway. Yeah. Let's see what we get. Up and up and up and up. The higher that figure goes, the better. So we got 24,413 plus 2629. So we got over 27,000. That's not bad. A shade over it. So yeah, it's worth hanging on to until it's at high value price. Okay, I don't think there's going to be anything else to do when we move forward another bit. So I'll bring you back in when we've something else to sell. Just running through the list of work on the farm, and I'm bringing you back in because we've hit a problem. We're full on milk. Cows are actually producing more milk than the dairies hold. Oh. Now, let's go visit just to see. Here we are. Now, to lease. Since we're leasing the other one, I don't mind leasing. Don't think buying at 180,000, it's not out of reach, you know. Leasing it at 493 a day. What can we do in here? I know I looked at it already. Just the normal buffalo goat milk, the butter, goat cheese, plant-based. That takes soybeans. Now, I did look at that, and that is very valuable when it's sold. What to do? What are the capacities? Let's see. Capacities. Doesn't tell you what the income on capacities are. No, won't tell you. Now, I know we're leasing the flour mill. We bought, let's go back up to, that's the firewood production. Oh, we still have a trailer up there. No, that's the firewood production. We can't sell it. If we could, I'd sell it. What did I just do? Output mode. Visit. We tried selling it. We couldn't sell it. Hold on. Am I doing this the right way? There's nothing there. Now, let me see. I think if I go into construction menu and go to delete it, does that give me the option to sell? No, see, the whole thing is that's all one building. Can we isolate that on its own? We can't. See, it's just giving the small sawmill. It's not giving us. Is there somewhere we can click? No. All it's giving us is a small sawmill, even though, like, that's still highlighting the whole building. Nope. Yeah, that's still the sawmill. No, we can't sell it. That's unfortunate. 180. They're all 180. Tell you what have we got left in the loan? 300. And if we were to take another loan, the max will give us is. Okay, what have we got left? 300,000. We need another 200,000. So say, just for the sake of it, say if we go 500,000 over 5 years, what's that? 9,000 a month. And then we can buy the dairy rather than lease it, and we can pay off the other loan. So we just have a loan of 5,000 a month. What are we paying back a month now as it is? 14. Because I borrowed 500 over. We can buy the dairy and then we can do it. That sound like a plan? That's 500,000. 5 years. Monthly repayment. Take the loan. Okay. So we go to that one, make special redemption on that. And we pay 3,086.03. Okay, so we've reduced our loan going out. And we can buy the dairy. I didn't want to lease it. Releasing the mill. I don't know whether. Let's go to the mill. Let's see, can we cancel the lease on the mill? Manage. Business. We've nothing in it. There's a little bit of flour in it. Now, let's see. Will it work on this? Can we? You can cancel a lease on that. That's okay. I'm not going to cancel it yet until we get the flour out of it. But we can do that. So that gives us an option to. We're going to just set. Where's our flour? Wheat flour. Set it to selling. There you go. Top of the hour. That will be sold. And then we can cancel the lease on this. So effectively I could have taken the lease on the other one and then cancel it. we were going to buy this. I prefer to own them than to lease them. That's being honest with you. We bought the dairy. Okay, there we go. We've 72,000 in the bank. And now we've something to do with our milk. So that might solve our problem we had with our butter. Because it still came up, even with the 2 goat milks running and the 2 dairies running, producing butter at 100% each and distributing to the Snail production. Still was coming up that it was low on, it was running out of butter. So, there you go. Wasn't expecting that, but there you go. That's what happens. We've made another purchase, another progression on the map. I'll get this down and get into the dairy now and start producing butter down there. And then we can do soybeans and make big money out of that. So it'll be another production we can try. But I prefer to own them rather than lease them. At least I know we can't sell them, but you know what I mean? It means it adds value to our portfolio. So the dairy is ours, the milk is in it, it's producing butter, and it does run at 4 times the speed of the other dairies. So that will probably solve our butter problems on the snail production, or snail cooking. So yeah, I was going to get that dairy eventually anyway, but I know it's a bit, well, but it is what people do. They remortgage when they have more collateral and they consolidate their loans and that. So it's no different than what happens in real life. I notice the Christmas decorations are up around the village, town, whatever you want to call it. I suppose we call it a town. It's big enough to be called a town rather than a village. I've been calling it a village, but you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, that's a bit of progress I wasn't expecting to make today, but there you go. Just down collecting the flour, and yeah, when I was doing all that checking here to see could I cancel the lease, and then I bought the dairy across the road, something happened. It turns out we own the mill, because I went to try and cancel the lease, I couldn't cancel it. And it's not coming up as leased anymore, it's coming up as owned. That's probably down to the mod rather than the map. The mod that allows you to lease the building. So we got 180,000's worth of a building for free. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's not. If it was a serious challenge now where I was doing the challenge or something like that, it is a challenge, it is grow the map, learn everything about it. But if it was something more serious, I would be a bit perplexed about it. If I sell it, I get 180,000 for it, and then it leaves a hole in the map, which I don't want to do, because it will disappear off the map, or maybe it won't, but I might try it when I'm leaving the game this time, just save it and see, and if it does sell it, give me 180 but leave it on the map, well then I'll just take the 180 out of my bank account and do it that way. So we'll try it when I'm actually finished what I'm doing, and see does it work that way. So I'm going to move this up to the yard just until it's time to sell it, and going to collect the wool on the way up now, because the spawn point is nearly full. Unless there's 2 rows on the spawn point, it looks like the first full row is nearly full, so we'll just get it cleared out and just bring it up as well. It's just here beside us down here, next turn on the left, because I would prefer now if I do sell it and it stays on the map, the mill, and I take the 180 out of my bank account using the power tools. I would actually prefer that if that happens. If it doesn't, so be it. And we have a goat or a sheep sticking out of the wall. Yeah, picked it up from here. That's handy. Drive-by snatch. Yeah, a lot happening in this episode, and I expected nothing to happen whatsoever. I thinking there's going to be really, really boring. But just shows you there's always plenty to do on the farm and on the map. The Massey's in the field. I might regret this. Brought down from the top farm, Snail farm. It's done no work, an hour on it since we got it. So originally we did buy this second hand, and then when the game update came along and we had to reload everything, it wasn't in the second hand market, so we bought a new one just to replace everything, and it hasn't been used, so I decided to bring it down from the top field and make it do, or the Snail farm, top farm, and make them do a bit of work. Mind you, I picked a bad field to start them out in. John Deere's up there cultivating with no contracts, and then these three all come up together. That next field is to be cultivated, and this one has to be ploughed. So we just decided, yeah, I'll do them, because we weren't really looking for that. I'm picking up the other field. We weren't really looking for contracts unless something we wanted to do came up, and yeah, that's what happened. We'll do these three anyway. There is other stuff there as well, I think. Alfalfa harvesting. It's a long way down. It'd be worthwhile with the beat you get off it, but of course the place is covered in snow now. I'm just going to curve the corner here. I'm not going to stop and back up because this tractor takes forever to get going. So we'll do these few contracts, and then we're probably going to move on to the very end of the month and see if there's anything else come at its maximum value to be sold. If not, it'll all be in January, and we'll be moving on to that, and we're going to be really busy. Terrible way of doing it, but if I slow down at all, no, it's still going to do it. I'm going to say, if I slow down at all, it's going to take me forever to get up the hill. It's just the nature of the gearbox in this one. Okay, I'll knock these out, and we're more than likely moving on pretty quick then. Time to sell the flour. I'm trying to find the location. Oh, here we go. Yay, I've been here before, the gate's open. I tell you why I was here before, because we're actually at the back of what is our shop that we're rebuilding. And over there where the cones are, I'll tell you what, I'm back in. Where them cones are, that opens up. You see it's blocked off at the moment. When the shop is finished, that becomes a sell point. And it's meant to be good. It is actually showing up as the best place to sell the flour. But of course, I can't sell the flour there because it's not open yet. So this is the second best. It just happened to be beside it. Oh, here we go. 20,874 plus 2,248. So we've gotten 23,000 for the flour. Not as much as last year, but we didn't have as much going in there because we were more picky on the grain we put in this year, because we knew we needed spring wheat and barley and that for the feed mill. Now, I did put in the bricks and the cement in here, but I didn't hit the record button and I hadn't saved the game. So I couldn't go back out and do it again without going way back. It's done a little bit. It's not really telling me it's done anything. No. I did put them in. Maybe they disappeared. It did start making noise like it was working. And then I realised that I hadn't got it recording. And I hadn't saved. Usually what I do before I do something like that, I'll save the game in case something happens with the recording of that, and then go back and do it again once I've sorted out whatever the problem was, so I can capture it, but I didn't. Which reminds me I should have saved it before I sold the flour, but I didn't do that either. Anyway, that seems to be the only thing that's on the market. I was just checking that more contracts come up. Like silage, straw, alfalfa will be the next thing probably. The cooked snails have pushed back now to, or the cooked snails, The cooked snails have pushed back to a lower price, but still, they're still great value. Cheese is not too bad, given its high price. It's showing it's only less than €30 more, so we could sell that. Recycling house. What else have we got? Wool is in May. No, we'll hang on to that. Aged goat cheese. It's showing the farm shop, but that's not. Let's check the other prices. See what it gives us. Village Square Market. It's not too bad. We could get rid of that. Woodchips, of course, we'll get rid of them once it goes over. They've been sitting there. I forgot to sell them last year. And everything else is not being sold. There's no stones, so we're not going to get any more cement. There's no stone picking contracts or anything have come up. So, okay, I'll bring it back in. We've got the next bit of gear to sell. It might actually be in January. Just selling the cheese. The aged goat cheese sells here at the market, and the other one goes to the recycling centre, believe it or not, which is just around the corner. They're liftable pallets. I haven't got super strength on. That's why I'm dropping them, because if you'd super strength you wouldn't drop them. Okay, now, and this goes to the recycling house, which is, I'm not 100% sure of exactly where it is in the town. Yeah, right beside us. So rather than driving around in circles, I said I'd just tag it. I knew where this one was, but I knew the other one was close by. Village looks nice in winter time. Yeah, it's in here. Yeah, in here. Grand. Literally at the back of the other place. Let's see what we get. 30,010 plus 3,232. So 33,242 we got. Our money's gone up nicely now. Nothing else there. That's going to be the next big thing, is going to be the alfalfa. It's nearly there. There's nothing else that's worth selling. No. Okay. Right. I'll bring you back. Probably going to move on to January before we sell the alfalfa. And it continues. We're selling off the wood chip. Okay, how do we get them in here? Do we need to lift them in? Probably do. Oh, why not? Stop putting the straps back on. Now, as if it isn't bad enough having to handball them in. Yay! We looked at the overall. We're getting what? That disappear. Did. Ah! Okay. If I had to park closer, it would have been better. Bit like loading into the mill. I wouldn't mind. I think I deliver them down here before? I didn't know. I delivered something down here before. Okay. Guess it needs to be on the ground. You know what? Why didn't you do this in the first place? Unloading side, it'll be the wrong side. No, it's not. There's only 3 gone in now of that. God, you have to be very precise. Anyway, that's that gone. I don't know how much your money went up because I couldn't sell it in the one go. I think it was saying it was worth around 15,000, then the environmental score. So we're up to 176,673. And I've got to make my way all the way back up to the farmyard now. In the snow. In January. On Méchet. Here comes the big payday. Cooked snails. Where are they going to? It's so hard to find these places. It's at the back of our shop, that's what it is. Over 300,000 worth on this trailer. The alfalfa needs to be sold as well. The alfalfa seeds, not the hay or the alfalfa grass or whatever you want to call it. Right, watch this money come in. Yeah, over 300,000. 278 and 29, whatever, 29.9. 30 grand on top of that, so it was 307,000 or something like that. So the snails are just an automatic really, and it just shows you the money they bring in. Now, why did that not lose that tag? Because I didn't go up onto it. Okay, we'll get rid of it. There, it's gone now. Because I didn't go the whole way up onto it. Yeah, there you go. That's the big prize winner, let's say. Our big money earner. And it just shows you they are profitable. Having said that, yeah, it's hard work getting it off the ground, but once you do, it's rewarding. I'm going to consider shutting it down. That's being honest with you. It's might as well do forestry workers do that, and just do planks, long planks, wood beams, and prefab walls. You're going to bring in the same type of money. You're going to bring in even more money with forestry work, but you know what I mean. I might scale it back. I'll have a look. I'll have a think about it, and we'll probably have a decision made by the next episode. I'm more into doing field work, getting crops off the field and doing stuff with that than the way the snails work. I'd like to try the grapes. I think it'll be kind of similar. We'll be putting in some soybeans and we'll be seeing what comes out of the dairy with regards to the product that comes out of the main dairy, because looking at the price of it per pallet, it's really, really high. Now, let's just jump in here again. The Alfalfa Seeds, they haven't reached the peak, but they should be, so there's very little in it. There's absolutely nothing in it. There's €1,000 in it, not even that. So I'm going to get them sold. Anything else there? Nothing that we're going to sell anyway. It's all feed stuff. It's all silage and stuff like that, TMR, all that type of stuff. So I'm going to just tag that place because I'm not too sure where it is. It's the one we have not been to. Yeah, I don't think. Are we? We have, yeah. We have. Okay, let me get this loaded up. And then I will bring you back in once we get this sold. And I think we're going to draw this episode to a close then, because the big sell-off, it's taken a long time to do it. And to be honest with you, it's one of the reasons I sell stuff off when it's ready rather than hanging on to it, because I actually find this part, okay, it's very rewarding, but it's also very boring. It's not farming, it's transport company. And I wasn't watching where it was gone. So let me get loaded up. This will be our last lot before we finish the episode. And we're going to break through the 500,000, no problem. Okay, what do we get for 19,000 litres of Alfalfa Seeds? This is off the field, harvested with the combine. This was our double cropping. Let's see what we get. 68,937 plus 7,426. So we got what, 76,000 plus we got for that Alfalfa seed. So we're now on 575,000. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Crazy. Am I gonna do a contract? Not in your life. Okay, guys, we're done on this episode. I just wanted to say that's the first full year, I suppose, with the Snails running almost. I'd say it ran 98% of the time. There was small shutdowns here and there. The way we're geared up now to run full time, there's no problem whatsoever. It's going to run and run and run and make money and money and money. With that in mind, I think I probably am going to shut it down. I'm going to have a look at stuff offline, have a look at what I have in it now. Can I take the crops back out that are in and stuff like that? And I don't mind going with flour and stuff like that with the grain mill and things like that. But yeah, it's great to try, but it is very, very overpowering when you get it set up and you get it to run right. I kind of knew when the money was climbing all along, and I don't know whether we sold some off early on in the year. We may well have, because we were tight for money and the money was fairly close to the high point. Now, what we're going to do is, with that money, I haven't decided yet. I'm actually had in the back of my mind thinking of paying off that loan and getting rid of it altogether and then just working from the ground up. But I do want to buy a couple of fields for a couple of extra crops. Now, I can sell off the snail farm. You're asking me how can I do that without tearing it down? I can just use the power tools and go in and transfer the ownership to an NPC. It's as simple as that. No income from it, no nothing, just to get it off the books. I'm going to have to make some changes now to some of the other things that are going on with stuff being transferred into it. I don't think I'll make any more butter to go to it. I'll stop the distribution and just take up the sales of that. The milk and the stuff like that will go to the dairy, and we'll just produce from a dairy like we normally do, but not 100% set on that, but we'll have a think about it and we'll update you in the next episode. So, thanks a million for joining me on Méchet. I hope you learned something from the episode if you followed me through to the end about the money you can make on it, and then you can question, is it farming, is it not? It's another thing to try. Like, people try other things that I don't like trying at all, and they do them, and there's other maps with different productions on them. And if you take, like, Dew the Plains had, you could do beer on it. You can download mods and do wine. There's so many things you can do. Snails is just another one of them that happen to be built into the map. And same with the grape production, which I'm going to have a look at too. So maybe we'll just take the money from it and get the grape production up and running. Have a look at that too. And then we'll give out about that when it makes so much money in the end. No, it's all been good fun. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the journey through with the snails. But to be honest with you, I think I'm done with it now. And I'll update you in the next episode. So once again, thanks for joining me on Méchet. And thanks for coming back to the channel again, sticking with me right through to the end. And hopefully you saw something, you learned something if you're doing this map yourself. And I made mistakes along the way, but I learned from them, and I hope I passed on a couple of hints. So for now, until next time, as per usual, as I always say, if you haven't hit the like button by this stage, please do now. And if you want to subscribe to follow what's going on in the channel, I'd appreciate that too. And feel free to leave a comment. So until next time, all that's left for me to do for now is to say goodbye until then. Bye bye.